and welcome back. It's Darthozzie here again, all the way from Australia. And if you don't know, we've been doing videos looking at some of the older vehicles, play sets and action figures from the Kenner and the Hasbro collections. This is my personal collection, so if there's anything you see that you want us to cover, drop us a comment in the comment section below. If you like what we do, have a look at some of our other videos. Myself and my little Darthozzie apprentice, we go through and pull apart each one of these and talk about it in some detail. So today we're going to take a look at the ATTE, or the All-Terrain Tactical Enforcer. Now the Tactical Enforcer is from the Clone Wars cartoon series, but also seen in Attack of the Clones episode 2. So let's go through this little beast in a lot of detail. So to find out exactly how playable this unit is, I've brought along my little mate.
Hi!
This is Darthozzie's apprentice, and he's going to go through and talk a little bit about what this vehicle can do, the ATTE. The first thing I should point out, it takes 3 AA batteries, and it does light up and it gives you sound effects as well. We're going to demonstrate some of those now. So away you go, press some buttons, mate.
So first of all, it's a plus that it has light up ability. It also has
fire at will.
And
okay, so as you can hear, lots of sound effects, lots of different play modes, so that you can make the thing sound like it's walking. You can talk, you know, you get different phrases.
Attack. The droid army is in full retreat.
So we've got lots of different clones. There's quite a few different phrases that they say, and of course the lighting up part of it allows you to, you know, look like you're firing the weapons and everything. The other thing it has is the rotating turrets, doesn't it?
yes,
You want to show those?
at the front it has rotating turrets that all move at once.
Okay, so there's 4 of those.
Yep.
Each one has a projectile that you can fire independently. Yep, what about the back?
And on the back, they don't both move at the same time. One moves separately and the other one moves separately.
Okay. So these are also able to fire out projectiles. And then of course you've got the major cannon on the top here, which does rotate around. So you can position it differently.
And it does fire.
And it does fire. It's got a button on there that fires that large projectile out. This unit also came with a single clone trooper. Now he's fully articulated, as you can see. You can bend him into a sitting position, and he can sit up here in the cockpit and operate the cannon.
And his weapon can also just sit right in there.
Yep, so there's a sleeve to put the weapon in that's separate, so he doesn't have to hold on to it. But then the unit has a few other features, doesn't it, mate? What else can it do?
It has a lot of compartments.
Maybe we'll start with the cockpit.
Yeah, we'll start with the cockpit. It's not your favourite cockpit. It doesn't have a lot of room for them to move.
But one trooper can sit in there easily.
One trooper can sit in there easily, just there's not a lot of space for it to like move around and have other figures.
But it's very much like it was in the film and in the cartoons.
Yeah.
What else?
It also has
Move out. Let's go.
this is the door to walk down, the ramp.
Yep, so the landing ramp.
Yep.
And inside,
There is a bunch of holders for the people to hold on to.
the clone troopers.
The
Yep.
clone troopers. The sad thing is that it only comes with one trooper and there's multiple things.
So how many can it hold?
I believe it can hold around 20 figures.
Okay. Now also you might notice here on either side there are gun placement holders, so that you can put the weapons into those if you're going to load this up with your own troopers that you buy separately, of course. And there's also a whole feature on the sides here that allows you to open up these panels and put other troopers in there as well. There's some seats in there
The
and all that.
bad thing about it when you open it is these legs fall off.
Yeah. This has been the major drawback of this unit. It is fairly heavy It is fairly large, and the problem is that, as my little mate just pointed out, every time you try and play with something, the legs fall off. They're a very poor design that Hasbro came up with to allow them to be moved around and manipulated, and the way they fold together or put together when you assemble it, because of the weight of this thing very low and having 6 legs to spread out, not one single leg will stay on for any one length of time. Where I'm amazed this has sat here as long as it has while we've been playing with it and talking with it, because as soon as you try and do anything, a leg falls off, you know. It is so easy for one of these legs to just fall off, and they're supposed to clip together and they're supposed to support the vehicle, but they do fall off so easy. The other thing is, if you hold that one up, you can see they have rollers on them. So this, in fact, actually can move along the floor if you were playing with it. But, geez, I tell you what, it's so easy for it to just fall apart, isn't it, mate? So what would you rate this overall out of 10?
I think maybe a 5.
A 5? Why?
Because it's got a lot of compartments.
Yeah.
And it's got good legs that can move, but the legs fall off and it only comes with one figure.
So if the legs were a little bit more able to be attached and stable, you'd give it a higher mark because it's got, you know, light ups and sound effects.
And also, yeah, from the light ups and the electronics.
So we're going with a 5, alright? A solid 5 from my little mate here. Okay, so we've had a good look today at the ATTE, the All-Terrain Tactical Enforcer, that is part of the Clone Wars series, came out in 2008, and it's quite a nice little unit here. But we've noticed that there's some major drawbacks with this one, and my little mate has done his rating on it so that we can see whether or not, you know, it was worth the money. It was quite expensive when it came out. The other thing, of course, is that if you like any of the videos, you want to see more stuff, we've got a whole lot here in my collection. I'm a completist, so I try and get as much as I can, and I'm quite happy to go through. If you've left a comment, you like what we do, or you want to see something you've seen in the background in a little bit more detail, I'm quite happy to do that. Talk to us and we'll go through it with you. Until next time, this is the Star Wars Collector's Corner, and I'm Darthozzie. See you later.